Hey guys, well welcome to the first video that I'm doing with learning Filipino. Of course, as many of you guys know, I'm going to be going to the Philippines this summer, and so every week up into the Philippines, I'm going to be releasing a video of trying to learn the local language there. The #1 language over there is actually Tagalog, but where I'm going down in Mindanao, the island of Mindanao, they actually speak the second most spoken language in the Philippines called Visayan or Bisaya or Cebuano. Now, you may hear Cebuano and you might, hey, that sounds a little Spanish. Actually, that particular dialect has a lot of Spanish influence because of just the history of the nation and all the different stuff like that. One thing to notice though is that it's like, I know a little bit of Spanish, it's not really the same. There's a couple things that I've seen that are similar, but not all of it is the same. If you know Filipino, Bisayan or whatever, and I totally butcher this, I apologize in advance. Please message me, help me out a little bit on my journey. Now, as some of you guys know, I'm also raising funds to be able to go on the trip. Actually, just in this last week, I've already raised $100, so thank you to those who've already donated to the cause. If you'd like to help support me on this, you can either click the link below or it might be above me, depending on where this is posted, and I would greatly appreciate it. Whether it's 5, 10, 50, 100 bucks, anything that you may want to give towards it, it'll all be helpful. And remember, half of that is going to go to the local people as well to help with the mission there. Now, in the last video, I shared with you a gesture I learned from the Filipino community. And so anyway, it's the one that goes like this. If you hang around to the end of the video, I'll tell you what that actually means. So with that said, let's get started. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna go through this video and we'll be going through it together. Now, what you're gonna get to see, this video is actually from the channel Philippine Dreams. So if you wanna see the full video, definitely check out the link in the description below. You get to get the full experience of what I got when I first saw this video. But we're gonna be going through this video, learning a few phrases. This is one of the first videos I saw, and I thought it was very helpful. So we're gonna start off with their intro so you get to know a little bit more about them at the channel Philippine Dreams.
Good afternoon, y'all. This is Ned.
And this is Michelle.
And we are myphilippinedreams.com. And it is a rainy, gray Sunday afternoon. And it's brown out. But nonetheless, we are still doing a video because that's how dedicated we are to our subscribers.
Well, thank you, Ned. Thank you, Michelle, for being so dedicated. All right, let's figure out what we're learning today.
Alright, so there's like 4 or 5 phrases that we're going to go through right now. And these are like must-haves, especially one. And I'll tell you which one at the end. The first is greetings. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And good morning is...
Maayong buntag.
Maayong buntag.
All right, so one thing that I've learned after watching a couple videos is maayong. One of the things there is it's M-A-A-Y-O-N-G. Now, the tricky thing is in English, we usually don't have double vowels, right? So we don't have 2 A's next to each other and say But in Bisayan, you actually have this thing where when you have those 2 vowels together, you'll actually double that phrase. So rather than saying maayong, it's maayong, ma'a. It's a slight, just a subtle thing, and sometimes if you're going quickly, you might not even hear it, but it's maayong buntag. So at least that's what I've found. Again, you can correct me if you actually know the language way better than me, but that's what I've found. So maayong buntag, good morning, is maayong buntag. Let's go to the next one here.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon is maayong hapon.
Maayong hapon.
All right, so maayong hapon. Maayong hapon. Okay, so we got maayong buntag, maayong buntag, that's good morning, and maayong hapon. So maayong, this is gonna be hard. Maayong hapon. So maayong buntag, maayong hapon. Let's go to the next one.
And finally is good evening.
Maayong gabi.
Maayong gabi. So we have...
Okay. I love this one. Maayong gabi. If you don't like that one, I don't know what's up. Maayong gabi. 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 That's fun. Let's see what's next here.
Next up is thank you.
Thank you is salamat.
Salamat.
Salamat. Salamat. Salamat. So we got maang buntag, maayang buntag, maayang hapon, maayang gabi, and we have salamat. Salamat. Thank you. Salamat. Let's say that together. Thank you is salamat. Let's hear them say it again.
Next up is thank you.
Thank you is salamat.
Salamat. Let's go to the next one here.
And actually, if you're talking to somebody older than you, you can actually say salamat po.
Yeah, that's Tagalog. It's a sign of respect to someone older than you.
Huh, that's interesting. So they actually mix their languages a little bit. They have Bisayan or Bisaya, Visayan, but they also mix in a little Tagalog in there with it. So salamat po. Salamat po is kind of like, I guess, respecting an elder or something. I can see kind of like that. That's a little bit, I guess, Spanish influence there, where it's like tu versus usted. So salamat po. So thank you, salamat. And thank you to, respect an elder is salamat po. So very interesting. All right, let's go to the next one here.
And when someone says thank you to you, you can reply with
Walay sapayan.
walay sapayan.
Walay sapayan.
You're welcome.
Yeah, which means you're welcome.
So salamat, salamat, salamat is thank you. And then your welcome is walay sapayan. Walay sapayan. All right, so we got maayong buntag, good morning. Maayong hapon, good afternoon. Maayong gabi, good evening. Thank you is salamat. And then your welcome is walay sapayan. Walay sapayan.
Next up, and this is the one that I consider to be the most important one, is where is something located? For example, if you're lost and you need to ask directions, this is what you use.
Asa dapit ang
Asa dapit ang, and then you say the modifier, what you're looking for. Asa dapit ang dumagete. Asa dapit ang CR.
All right, so we got asa dapit ang. So, asa dapit ang. Asa dapit ang. Well, I don't know anything in, so I don't know what bathroom is or anything, so I may be in trouble here. But asa dapit ang. Let's hear that again.
If you're lost and you need to ask directions, this is what you use.
asa dapit ang
Asa dapit ang. Asa dapit ang. All right, so asa dapit ang Chipotle. Sure, I'm saying that wrong, but all right, let's move to the next one.
How much something costs. If you're at the market, if you're at the store, how much does this cost? How much does that cost? And how much does this cost is
yeah, tagpila ni
tagpila ni. Like if you got a plant and you're like, you want to know how much it is, you're like tagpila ni.
Okay, tagpila ni, tagpila ni, tagpila ni. All right, so tagpila ni. So that means how much is this? Interesting. Let's move on.
tagpila na
And tagpila na is for something far away. Ni is this, and na is that.
Huh. Okay, so that's another thing that I think is similar to Spanish. So tagpila ni is how much is this. Tagpila na is how much is that. And so that's pretty interesting. So we got tagpila ni and tagpila na. Hey there.
Do you need towels or anything?
No, I'm good. Thank you. It's always a little awkward if you're in a hotel with a camera and somebody walks in. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It's just awkward. I'm just learning Bisayan. Okay, so we've learned a few phrases here. We have maayong buntag. Remember that the double A there, you actually say each of the A's. So maayong buntag, that's good morning. We have maayong hapon, which is good afternoon. Maayong gabi, which is good evening. We've got salamat, which is thank you. We've got salamat po, which is thank you, saying it respectfully. So salamat po. We've got walay sapayan, which is you're welcome. We've got asa dapit ang blank, which is where is that. So asa dapit ang the bathroom. I don't know what that is yet. Asa dapit ang Chipotle, something like that. So and then also we've got how much does this cost, right? So tagpila ni, tagpila no, tagpila ni, tagpila na. And so that's how much is this, tagpila ni, or how much is that, tagpila na. All right, guys, so we've learned a lot of words today. So this is a great first step. So hopefully you learned something. I know I learned something. I'm looking forward to learning more of the language so I can really put together phrases and words and all these different things. So it's been a really good time. So now for the answer for the gesture. Of course, we had the... What that means is basically, without telling you, like, hey, mom, where's the butter, right? Basically, they're saying the butter's over there. And so what they use is they use their lips to show direction. So it's like, all right, so which way to the store? Oh, rather than point, well, it's easy. I mean, maybe you have stuff in your hand. So So maybe you'll include that in your own life a little bit. Again, thank you guys so much for joining me on this video. If you'd like to donate towards the missions trip, there'll be a link in the description. And remember, half of that's going to be able to go to the mission, and half of that is going to be able to go help cover the travel expenses for the missions trip. So anyway, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much to those who have already donated. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.